unimportant meeting of our dreams. I have given only 3 minutes, and I will use those 3 minutes to mention that here in Enugu, the capital of former Eastern Nigeria, made up of Igbos, I and the people of southeastern Nigeria, we feel that we deserve, at the very minimum, another state to bring us into equalization of other geopolitical zones. What have we done in the southeast to deserve this ignominious treatment? Treat us the way you have treated other people, and we will be consoled. We need at least another state in the southeastern zone. And I stand here not only on behalf of the people who sent me here, but at my age, I am 87 years old. And I have practiced as a lawyer for the past 60 years. I have seen enough, and I've gone through enough in this country. And I cry, and I shed tears with the way we Igbos are treated in this country. The denial of another state in the southeastern zone leads to a denial of 3 senatorial seats. If we had another state, that state would have had 3 senators. Am I correct? That state would have had members in the Federal House of Representatives. Am I correct? That state would have benefited from the distribution of all the federal deficits that other states enjoy. I will not waste so much time, but I will now rush to one fact. Gowan, in 1970, General Gowan said, there is no future, no family. Are we being treated like people who are not vanquished? I plead that East Central State was created before. From East Central State, Imo was created, Abia was created, Anambra was created. These have had their own relations. Abia has had Ebony. Anambra, Enugu has had Ebony. Anambra and Imo have gotten nothing. And in Igbo land, Anasi, everyone came in here, now, So somebody from a part of Nigeria said that you go here and now shop here, or say kill me the way you kill my brother. That is sell me the way you show to my brother. Imo and Anambra are saying, give us Anim.
Time up.
All right, I will respect you. I am now going to submit.
Come and make your submission, sir.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I come here on behalf of the people of the Sugar to ask that justice be done to us by the creation of our states. There are 7 reasons for this. Now, in the next exercise of the creation of states in the southern justice, the northern part of Imo, comprising of Enugu and Anioma, ended up with 2 states, while the rest of the southern part of Imo got 3 states. The Igbos usually show when you share things amongst your children and you don't respect equity, you breed anger, desperation. Number 2, Igbos are a very important part of this battle. Our population is grossly underestimated because more than 50% of Igbos live outside India. There is no state in this country that you go to that the majority of the population outside the indigenous population is not Igbo. It is Oceanic. It is our enterprise, it is our drive, it is our way of life, it is our anxiety to bring new ground. And most of these people register themselves in the states very well. So the population that you give us across now the state we asked for, Adada states, has 7 out of the 17 local governments of Enugu State. And if you look at Igbo now, we're in the northern part of Igbo, and there are only 2 states, Ebonyi and Enugu. In the southern part, they have 3 states, notwithstanding our population. Now, the Adada state we asked for has 7 local governments, 6 out of which are really Adada secretariats, and 1 is in Enugu East. We suffered a serious injustice in the creation of constituencies here because, as usual, no Sogama is ever in federality, except when I ventured there. And I lasted for 1 month in the constituency. Now, you will be surprised that in this state, we have 17 local governments. And we only 6, but we have 56% of the population. So, the other 2 senators represent 22% of the state each. And our senator represents 52% of the state because they took away 1 local government to make up the senatorial. If brothers cannot tell themselves the truth, there is no point of talking about brother. For anybody Igbo South to ask for state here is an injury. When did we start this movement? It was after Abia, Imo and Anambra were created. As I said, we approached the National Assembly under the leadership of the remark. And Ahmed Ibrahim, power. In both houses, they gave us attention. They considered our program and our submissions, but the government in power did not have stipulation as a paramount agenda, as you are here to have now. We are hoping that your efforts will lead us to the end. We approached the last constitutional conference in 2014 under Justice Idris Mutigi, who recommended the creation of Adada State. When the entire constitutional conference only state they recommended here was Adada State. It gives headache. Now, when what's his name, was governor of Imo State, the entire Igbos met in Imo in order to choose one state that would be created. After a very long meeting, they came to the conclusion that it was Adada State. That resolution, up till today, not been implemented. Adada is the weeping and neglected part of the Southeast. I've already told you what we suffer here because we were not allowed to be in the executive council in the federal government. 2 people were chosen from Enugu State, and 44% of Enugu State represent us in the state government. At that time, it was Cyrus and Jim. And they created local governments and gave us 6 local governments. Can you imagine 54% of the state got 6 local governments? They had to go and get 1 local government from our brothers that they already took to create a senatorial. Now, this is and a Daniel has come to judgment by your taking officers. When I saw Abaribe here, I knew that he would have a fundamental challenge of what he has ever represented since his politics. Will he, in this matter, be objective and be an able man and say, the evil that men do lives after them, but apparently the good is often interred in their homes. And I know your support will make people to be interred in your homes. The potentials for Adada State are vast. We have already reserves. In fact, my in-laws in Anambra are horizontally drilling our oil in Nigerian. As I speak, we have gas reserves in Abia. We have the potential for viability economically. We have extensive land for agriculture. We have navigable sea, whose conference ends in the river and Benue. We have manpower resources. We have one of the best universities, thanks to us in the way, and our people took to education. So we have many professors who can manage these things. We have, well, the character of this petition is as follows: unanimity.
Thank you.
Political representatives.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
I know that in spite of stopping me, I have appealed to your question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You can use to make your presentation.
There is no doubt the oldest request, the oldest request in the nation. Our leaders for the first time demanded an Abia state in 1954. The Honorable Jaga Wachuku and the Honorable Sunday Ubadokoma, our foremost lawyers, were the first to demand Abia state. 3 years later, before the Village Commission, Abia state resonated again. And the people of Abia for the first time submitted a written request for this thing. Distinguished senators, in 1983, June 1983, both houses of the National Assembly approved Abia State for referendum. 42 years ago, the National Assembly approved Abia State for creation, and that's how to for a referendum. 7 years ago, thank you very much. On SND, sitting here in this city, recommended Abia as the 6th state for the Southeast Zone. There's no doubt Abia itself is a brand. The made in Abia brand is known all over Africa and beyond. In Abia, every house is a store. In Abia, every street is a market. Abia is Anim. Honestly, there is no single family in Igbo land that's not represented in Abia. If you create Abia for Igbo, it is their own. It is their city. Our representative today in the Federal House is not from Abia area. We welcome everyone. We've done so over the centuries, over the years. Abia people haven't known for their hospitality. I plead with you, distinguished senators, to help us create this thing after over 70 years. We have presented our demand in 2 documents. The first is our renewed memorandum to the National Assembly for the creation of Abia State. If you don't mind, you will seek to take that as Abia 1. The next, because over time, our representatives change. For example, in October, we had a new local government election. So all our councillors are new. So we had to do an addendum so we can have the current representatives from the National Assembly to the state and to the local government. Distinguished senators, here is Abia 2. I plead with you. Indeed, I didn't happen. Why did you leave? I didn't happen. I didn't here and die. Senator Webber, you may Mama. Mama.
I rise here to speak on behalf of a people that have been marginalized, a people that have been subjugated, a people that have suffered repression because of one reason. They speak Igbo. I am an Igbo man. I am not from Ishakiri. I am not from Robo. Therefore, I am an Igbo man. In June 1966, during the Civil War, the young Nigerian soldiers marched into Asaba. They demanded our people, our women dressed in our traditional agriculture, came out waving Nigerian flags, singing One Nigeria. 700 of my people were mown down. What was their crime? Because they are Igbos. Not because they are Hausas, not because they are Shakiris, not because they are Yorubas, but because they are Igbos. In May 1968, my people, again in Ishaku, an entire town was wiped out. Their king was buried alive. Women were killed, children were slaughtered, barns were burned, houses were razed down. What was their crime? Because they speak Igbo. Because they are Igbos. This is a people that have suffered tremendously. These are people that are supposed to receive restitution and reparation for irreparable damage, irreparable injury done to us. Because we are Igbos. Today, just like we have done in the past 60 years, we are calling that they let us go. They let us face our destiny. The greatest injustice is to treat an equal as equal and equal as unequal. We have been treated as unequal entities. Therefore, we want to go. For the purposes of equity, we have states that are 6, geographical regions that are 6, we have ones that are 7. The Southeast remains the only geographical region that is 5. Please, most distinguished senators, can they let us join our brothers? We are not Hausa, we are not the Shakiri, we are not the Roma, we are Igbos. We are Igbos. Simply, right here, our rebel kings. They have not yet to support the creation of Anioma states. We have mineral resources, we have intellectuals, we have the population, we have the land, and we have the capital, and our proximity to our brothers across the Niger makes our state a very viable state. Can they let us go? Can they let us go? Please, we are begging you people, if there is any state that needs to be free, we are not asking for a handout. We are not asking for empathy. We are asking for justice.
Anioma people, Anioma nationality have been sulking for as far back as we can remember. So, anyway, I want to actually go away. And I want to actually go away. I am not going. Our people have been sulking, not because we're ugly, not because we're lacking, but because we've been rejected on the duty soul. The quest for Anioma State began since 1954 with a petition to the West Niger province to be carved out from the Warri and Benin province. Up till now, we had about 9 representations, ending with the last one in 2024, which is the recommendation of the 2014 Constitutional Conference for the Creation of Anioma State. And so we're here, justifiably so, requesting that we be given
order, please.
We have all it takes to be called a state. We have everything that we can use to stand. Geographically speaking, Adada has an existing 9 local government areas, namely Anioma North, Anioma South, Eka East, Eka North East, Eka North South, Enugu East, Enugu West, Osimiri North, and Osimiri South, as well as Okwari. We have good road links, so you cannot say you cannot access Anioma land. You can effectively access Anioma land. We are bounded by a land area of 6,300 square kilometers. That's sufficient for us to have a state. Anambra. We're also bounded by rivers, Enugu, and 4 local government areas of Delta East, Isoko North, Uweli, and Ethiopia East. We have a belt of swamp, mangrove, and dense tropical forest with sparkling land. Now, we can be called a food basket. We have sufficient land to cultivate so that we can feed not just ourselves but Nigeria. We have a rich belt of mineral resources from which we can feed ourselves and also feed others. Architecturally, if you look at Anioma, we are called Anioma, a part of us is called Anioma because of the rich seposite and red soil. If we explore this, Dangote and Boa will come and beg us because we can do what we call the Anioma block, our Anioma brick. It is wasted there, so we can do that. You have notable names in Nigeria in the banking industry. At least some of them are in our place. Talk of manpower, I know is blessed with a diverse range of professionals, and all of us know that those who are professionals in Anioma are distinguished. They're not just below the line, they're not at the middle. Our population is, by 2006, about 1,200,000 people. And that is sufficient to make a state. If you apply the 2006 growth and then multiply it, by now you know what it will be. Our culture is rich. Like my son has just spoken, we are Imo speaking people. I thought you were black. We are Igbo speaking people, predominantly speaking, Igbo speaking people. And so if we have any form of alliance with you, we will not count it robbery. Did you hear me? Yes. If we enjoy any alliance with you, we will not count it robbery, because we are one. My son narrated what happened during the war, and I know that anybody who speaks no and no, in the ears of the other people you know, they are one. Is that not so? And so, we are grateful to the 10th Senate for providing this leverage for us to shout out from the dingy corners from where we've been shouting in the past. Now is a broad way. Now we have a broad platform to seek to be recognized as a state, and that state is Anioma. It is not for us to begin to dictate to you how you want to work out the details of what will make Anioma state. What we are here to say is that we desire to be given our state. Whichever way the Senate and others who are responsible deem it right to ensure that we have our state, we will be eternally grateful.
Thank you.